Yeah.
That girl gave him an A.
That's true.
I didn't get many of those either.
Governor Sandoval mentioned cuts to health and human services in that address.
Right. Many local charities rely on government grants and funding to provide services, and Calvert Collins is live at one of those charities, Easter Seals of Southern Nevada, near Jones and Oakey. Hi, Calvert.
Good morning, Dave and Dana. Well, Easter Seals has been here a long time and has been providing services for many years. And unfortunately, they're expecting, or at least preliminarily, cuts across the board between 5 and 10%, which, as you can imagine, will certainly affect some of the care that they provide for very young children with autism and other developmental disabilities. Easter Seals provides a myriad of services to disabled children, adults, and their families. The nonprofit relies on donations, government grants, and funding, and their own fundraising efforts to keep providing services. Among many of its services, Easter Seals provides adult daycare, autism services, supported living and employment for disabled adults going into the workforce, among many others. And their CEO and president is Brian Patchett, and you heard the speech last night, and so kind of what were you anticipating, and what came out of it? Kind of what were you thinking?
You know, coming into the speech, I thought we'd hear more about some of the cuts. I think what I heard, though, was a governor who came across very well, who had a lot of positive things to say about early intervention, about mental health services, and of course other things. The real question now is, what will we actually see with this budget? Now,
you all get you get referrals for state for patients, and of course you do your own fundraising. So what could possibly be, what services might be cut from you all if these cuts go through?
I think the biggest concern that we have are, of course, developmental services for folks with developmental disabilities, mental health services, and especially any services that benefit children, like early intervention. Again, we heard the governor say he wasn't going to do much with early intervention, maybe make sure that we continue to provide those services. I thought that was a wonderful thing to hear.
Well, thank you so much, Brian. We will. A lot still remains to be seen. Of course, like I mentioned even yesterday, that anything proposed by the governors when it comes to budget, of course, has to be approved by the legislature. And of course, as you can imagine, that will go back and forth for quite some time. The session starts in a little less than 2 weeks now. Back to you guys.
All right.